When we start a new project, the first thing we want to do is bring in an image from AutoCAD to serve as the backdrop for our InterHyd design. This way, the design that you do in InterHyd is mapped correctly onto your AutoCAD drawing set. Now, this could be a site plan, a grading plan, a drainage plan, etc. Here I have an AutoCAD file with a typical, this is just a mock-up of a commercial site plan, but you'll notice I have a rectangle that has been drawn around the bounds of the image area that I want to import into InterHyd. So to do this, we simply go up to Project and click on Images. And then you'll see here we have two areas, images added from AutoCAD and images added manually. We're just going to focus on the images added from AutoCAD since that's the easiest way to do this. You'll go over and click on this button where it says Add Image from AutoCAD. And this is where you're going to select the AutoCAD file. And you'll see here it's going to prompt you for the drawing units. This should be set default to match. The resolution, you can probably leave it like this, and the opacity. I tend to put the opacity lower down so that it's easier to see the design components that we're adding on top. Now, the ones that you really need to pay attention to are these fields here under dimension. We need to specify the top left coordinate of the image that we want to bring in, as well as the width and the height of that image. So to do that, we'll just go back over to AutoCAD. You can see down here in the bottom right, it displays the coordinates of my cursor. So if I come up to the top left corner, that's roughly 300x and 500y. And if I look at the measurements, you can see that this box is about 240 meters wide and 160 meters tall. So we can just enter that information into here. So this was 300x and 500y for the top corner. It was 240 meters wide and 160 meters high. And then we just click OK. And it's going to run AutoCAD in the background and then generate all of these tiles for us. And here we can see this image has been added and it's been added into our scenario. We'll say close. And now you can see the image has been brought into InterHyd. And so when we start adding our components, we can then ultimately export back out to AutoCAD and it's going to come in at the correct location. Now, one other thing I want to note, when you bring in an image using the image from AutoCAD, what it's actually doing is it's just extracting that image from the model space. So you do have to make sure that the coordinates have not been adjusted in model space or else it won't work correctly. Now, sometimes you might actually want to add in an image manually. This might be, for example, you've got different layouts and you actually want to print out an image that looks exactly like in that layout. In that case, you would have to add in your image manually, which will prompt you for an image that you have already extracted from AutoCAD. This is a much more advanced method, but we do have instructions here. So you click on Read Instructions, and this will give you the step-by-step instructions needed to set up your layout, set the boundaries, plot it to the correct format, and then ultimately bring it into InterHyd and have it adjust to sync to correctly match the coordinates.